on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
Imagine a healthier, more active, physically fit version of yourself. If you've been putting off getting into shape, now is the time with the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-Week Challenge. Our program combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching to help you achieve your fitness goals. And ticket listeners, you can get $150 off your enrollment. The next 10-week challenge begins on April 12th. You can get all the info at fxblincoln.com. Don't wait any longer. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Hey, you! Yeah, you! Now's the perfect time to get even stronger at Planet Fitness. Save $28 or more when you join today for just $1 down, $15 a month. Mix up your routine or create a customized workout plan with free fitness training. That's right, certified trainers, unlimited sessions with best-in-class equipment. Plus, there's over 2,700 convenient locations to choose from, with most open 24 hours. Save $28 or more today when you join Planet Fitness for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends April 11th. See Home Club for details.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
This is On the Block with Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer, Jay Foreman. Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This is On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
Welcome in. A happy Friday to you and yours. A very happy Good Sense Friday to you and yours. That they came through. They delivered. If you didn't get your Good Sense subs, I hope you got your Fired Up Friday out at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. They're out by now. It's done. It's over. If you missed it, catch them at 11 a.m. next week out there at 84th and Havelock. I'm Austin Norman. To my left, a couple Husker Hall of Famers, Eric Strickland and Jay Foreman. Lots to get into. It'll be College Football Hour 1. Got some hoops and Husker news in hour number 2. As always, you can be a part of the show, 464-5685. Fellas, dominating the news, Nico Iamaleava, Tennessee quarterback, officially held out of a college football practice. Took till 2025.
Told you.
We got our first holdout. He did it. He was a no-show.
I told you. I said it yesterday. That's great. It's great that you did that and you want to get your money, and that's fine. But right now, if I'm the colleges, I want to start to have some ramifications for the lack of your actions, right? And and I'm gonna say this: look, there's no more student athlete. You an athlete, so you're getting paid like that. You're a semi-pro athlete, whatever you want to call them, pro in the making. That's fine. Now I'm gonna treat you as such, but then also I'm gonna still hold you to academic standards, to some sort of academic standards. Maybe not the same that me and Strick had to be held to, but also I want you to be able to show up on time, like in the simple things. You know, if you're late, you fined, right? So if say you have an appearance and it's at 3:00, you roll in there at 3:30. I need that. You decide not to, show up to practice, or you got something else going on, and off-season workouts, all that stuff. Now, if you really are about making your money and being the best that you can be, you're not gonna have to worry about that. But I think sometimes this is the byproduct of no regulation, no structure, no end in sight. And yes, maybe he needs to, and there's nothing wrong with him with the contract that he had. And I'm sure if there's some metrics, he maybe have outperformed it. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm Tennessee, you know what? If you have what you realistically have, then I should pay you, because you're playing the most important position. And there's probably other places that are in his ear or to people that he knows. So that's just part of it. But also, if we do this, it's not going to be you constantly coming in my office and then walking to the bank and walking out. You're going to come in my office. We're going to sit down, because if you don't handle your business, you're going right out where you came from with a little bit less than change. And and you can't really make it performance based, because that will be. And I don't know how you guys structured your contracts in the NBA, but I'm sure you guys had incentives.
They had some incentives.
But playing time incentives, right? So just say, and you probably heard about it in the league, there would be certain organizations that knew that Eastrick or Austin or Jay Foreman had playing time incentives. And we saw it in baseball last year with the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yep.
And they decided not to play you. Or, all of a sudden you went from, say it's 24.
Well, the Giants with Drew Lock. Right. They skipped over him for Tommy DeVito.
And then in Dallas, too.
Yeah.
So you can't really do that, but by your actions.
It could be a form of it, though. Would you agree, though? Not fully. I don't think you
can't fully
but
do
I think
it.
you have to have some form of a benchmark or something.
Yeah, have that.
Like, okay, this is base, but if you get this.
But I think that needs to escalate it. You can't, because they can manipulate it.
So then you need to have some form of an arbitration.
You need to have
an arbiter.
You need to have the players need a union. You got an agent, so you need a union. And it's going to have to be regional and statewide and all that stuff. But there's got to be something that's going to stop. And we didn't even get on Mekhi Bear.
We have not hit that yet. Correct.
There's got to be ramifications, man.
That man transferred out in December and is transferring again in April.
That's crazy. Yeah, there needs to be some ramifications or some agreement that, okay, your total contract, okay, if just look at the Nico situation. Your total contract is four, right? Okay. We're gonna do 4 for the year. We're not giving you a multi-year, so it's not gonna be 8, but I'll give you 4. Knowing that if you do this and you don't break any of those situations, not showing up late, not being in field, just whatever it is, if you're not in the training room for injuries, just whatever those things are, that I can't say a clawback, but it can't be all up front. So you're going to get $200 up front. The rest of the $3 million is throughout the course of the season. And then if you hit these benchmarks, then that other 1.5 or whatever kicks in upon that. And it can't be related to like things like you said, playing time. It can't be related. I think if you're a conference player, if you lead us to this, if we win, it should be some form of that way of performance based. If you beat, your goal is to beat Alabama and Georgia. If you win them, then there's an extra bonus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's because it's an incentive to play well. It's not an incentive for them to put the backup in and hope that, you know what I mean? That's we gotta win, because if we win, we all win type deal.
Who do you guys think leaked the $4 million number? Did that come from Nico and his side or Tennessee?
I would say Tennessee. It had to be something.
Yeah, because they're trying to cover their tracks to make them look greedy.
Yeah.
But that is a lot of money for
or to spark the debate of what we're having right now.
If he's really
to have those discussions.
They're trying to that when that gets leaked, on either side, it's trying to see the reaction. So you could have he's not worth it. Okay, then you know what, we're gonna then the masses won't be as mad if he decides to go in the portal. Oh, we got to spend whatever we have to. Well, then we got to pony up. And it's purposeful. I mean, there's a reason behind it, and it doesn't really matter. It's kind of like the thing with Trev, and then, where I said, look, once you talk to a place down in Texas, they operate. If they want you, they're gonna call up here, drop the dime. So you gotta go.
Now you gotta go. Okay,
you gotta go.
You.
Right.
Okay.
So I mean, is that just like that? I mean, so it's a game, and I don't know, man. If I'm the leader of the team, it just would be hard for me it'd be hard for me not to be at practice.
So quick question to both of you. What's the difference then in when you do have the leak, and then on the other side of the coin when you don't, like with the Mavericks? Like, what does that then entail? What's the contrast in the not and the
I think in the Luka trade situation, the difference is that the Mavs are doing something wildly unpopular and didn't want it to get out, and the Lakers knew how big of a benefit they stood. What good did it do either side to leak that? Whereas in this situation, Nico puts out there he wants $4 million. Either he gets it from Tennessee, or
he ain't getting it nowhere else.
Well, he's more likely to get it somewhere else if he puts it out there, because he's not going to be done playing college football. He
ain't worth no $4 million.
Okay, so what if he's making what if he's making 1.5 now? He says 4, he gets 3.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
So he benefits.
Yeah.
But if Tennessee put it out there and he says he wants 4, we don't give it to him. For every fan that's going to be out there saying, well, why didn't you pay him? He took us to the college football playoff. There's going to be another fan saying,
not worth
this guy isn't worth it. I mean, this is a guy that threw 19 touchdown passes last year. 11 of them came against Chattanooga, UTEP, and Vanderbilt.
Right.
4 of them came against Vandy. He threw 5 touchdowns in SEC play in the 7 other games that weren't against Vanderbilt. Now, how much are you paying for production versus paying for potential?
It's not just potential, it's supply and demand. He's looking in that quarterback room, and he knows he is way better than anybody else. There's also other reasons.
And that's what hinders the recruitment, though, Jay, because you are that. Go ahead.
It's planned.
Yeah.
Because if he's going to be in the portal now, he would have been, I would argue that he should have left after the college football playoffs,
right?
Because that's when you're at your apex. This is all planned. And then also,
because the portal opens again Wednesday.
It's a heavyweight leverage.
Hey,
just putting that weight on you,
like
say, lift that.
Heavyweight lover in the house.
Yeah.
So it's all planned. Now, if he does get an uptick on it, sure. And you know what he might be thinking? And all these guys talk. They say you're a quarterback at Georgia doesn't pay the quarterbacks. Let's say Bama, or let's say Jackson Dart. Right? He's probably looking at himself. I'm just as good as Jackson Dart. Say Jackson Dart was getting 2 or 2.5. Okay, I need at least that.
2 3/4,
right?
At least.
Now, if Tennessee was proactive, you would probably hear about the going rate in the offseason. I mean, heck, Penn State's backup quarterback left, so he had to get something, right?
He's in Missouri now,
right? So he had to get something. So because if the backup is, just say the backup or the backup at Penn State at Missouri that goes to Missouri, just say he gets 750. And you a starter, and I took you to the college football playoff, and I'm not even saying that you only are getting 1.5, but I'm compared to a backup versus a guaranteed starter, a 5-star former 5-star recruit, all that, and they probably have merchandise and all that, tied to them and the crowd.
Mhm.
And I'm in his mind, I'm only getting 1.5, and I'm established. Well, if I'm Tennessee, once I see that with Penn State,
I'm on recruit.
I'm either going to recruit or I'm coming right to you. Right as soon as we land back in Knoxville, hey, we gotta have emergency meeting. I know you gotta go home and all this other stuff. Yeah, we sorry we lost, but listen, you need to come up to the, I don't know, it can't be the AD or whoever and we need to talk. You and your agent, your family, we're gonna have, they got those big screens. You don't need to be face to face, because if right now he walks away with say 3.25, and I could have been proactive and get him at 2.5 or 2.75, well then that extra money can go to this recruit of Eric Strickland, and it's the same cycle. You get what I'm saying? So maybe I can go plug the guy, or the 4 or 5-star quarterback that's willing to wait, because I'm overpaying him for potential right now, just like baseball, out of the class, from, more importantly, Strick, from a in conference rival. Say I go take Lane Kiffin's recruit or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
That's the name of the game.
So that's the 2-for-1.
That's the name of the game.
But when you sit on your hands,
yeah,
and wait, now you got to walk out of practice. Lets you know that it's emotional now.
But again, Jay, this to me goes back to the why that you need some special envoy, because they need to be having these sit down and conversations so you can check the mind.
Yeah, well, who's down there is forever a volunteer, Terry Fair.
You know what I'm saying?
And he ain't returned a text message. So, but
he get brand new too?
No, he's probably locked in. Him and Jay Graham locked in right now. They trying to get a hold of him, and they probably been talking to him, because Terry Fair is pretty solid dude. I know Jay Graham. I played against Jay, but know Terry real well. And that's part of what he does for the program. And it'd be no different in basketball. You gotta go holler at somebody.
You need to have a conversation.
Right.
I mean, and that way you can check the mindset, because this all needs to happen before we go to any bowl game or any college football playoff. We need to be having certain sit downs, because I just need to be and it's got to be subtle. Like, it can't be
guns blazing
in your face.
No.
Yeah, it's just got to be subtle. So yeah, man, just in
like,
conversation.
What you trying to get out of this?
What you trying to accomplish?
Why
are you really here?
Because you got to start. You got to understand.
Yeah.
You got to understand the why.
Yep.
And I truly believe, like, there's different ways I can get you based on your situation, which then Eric would have to do the background check. And so, say like, I mean, I would say, just say, say my uncle Butch raised me, right? And he, lived in Gaithersburg and Maryland and all that. And, say he worked, for, at this time, of Wells Fargo Bank. But he raised me up from knee high to a grasshopper, right? Trained me and all that stuff. Well, instead of worrying about how much money we're going to, as long as it's within reason, you got to make sure Uncle Butch comes. That's the thing, and that's the conversations that you have to have when you pick up the phone and you're negotiating. Every negotiation is different, because everybody's backgrounds and wants are different, and they need to do a job. They need to figure out who's talking to Nico beside his agent, because this is not his agent talking to him, solely. So who is that? And you got to see what they need and what they want.
That's a fact.
Because that's what's driving this.
Yep.
Whether it's a girlfriend or a family member or I was going to say AU, but 7-on-7 coach or something like that. There's somebody back there. Nah, dog, you need to ask for 5. You get what I'm saying?
So Chris Lowe of ESPN has been all over this story for them for a while now. He says right before the winter portal closed, Yamaleva's reps wanted to see his deal upped. And again, this time the spring portal opens. And according to sources, 10 officials said they, quote, weren't going to blink, end quote. One thing to add here, says Chris Lowe, is that Josh Heupel and Yamaleva have a very healthy relationship. But this is not the first time Yamaleva's reps have talked to other schools over the last few months. Also, the SEC doesn't allow transfers within the conference during the spring portal. reps. Does that mean agent?
Yeah.
Does that mean family?
It's all the same. Because this is unregulated agents. Like if Strick was a tight end, I could be his agent. He just got to pay me, and I can call you as the whoever. But it also lets you know it's personal though. When you hear them say this isn't the first time, they're painting the picture.
Well, and when you have a good relationship with your coach.
No. You got to listen to this. When they say this isn't your first time of your reps going out and talking to other schools, they're painting the picture that you're selfish, that you're not committed, and you're really not that good. Because when they say they're not going to blink, they're throwing a shot. You know this, Strick. They're throwing a shot over the bow. Come on.
Yeah, bring it.
Come on.
Let me throw this out.
Right.
Let me throw this out. As we're looking at where we are now, Jay, and I hope everybody can hear me. As we're looking at also, Austin, if we're looking at where we are with this whole thing, is this a trickle-down effect on the view that GMs and executives are now monitoring at the next level?
Like evaluating the player?
Yeah, I mean, when they're doing stuff like this, right? Is it a watchful eye from those individuals kind of keeping their, like, we knew that Caleb Williams was going to do it this way. They stood firm on the next level. But could you weigh out his USC and look as a GM, kind of get ahead of it, of knowing how you were going to be able to deal with him, or what the mindset is of this particular player? Like you said, all of them are different. There's no one alike. Is this a trickle down thing? Is this something that upper level GMs or something would be looking at?
I think as much intel as they can get on you, they do it, and sometimes it's not fair. I mean, heck, when you think about Spencer Rattler, I think he fell in the draft based on his perceived persona at QB1. No different than if you're a GM, Strick, and I'm a quarterback, and Austin is my agent. Well, if you're not really evaluating how we negotiate in this case with Tennessee, and then you're going to essentially pick me, you probably know you're going to pick me. They knew they were going to draft Caleb Williams before the season started, before his last year at USC. So if you're not evaluating that, if you're not doing your research on, in this case, Austin, and then obviously me or whatever, but more importantly, how we
style of negotiation. Yeah.
Because what you don't want to do is be like when the Raiders drafted all their quarters, and then they're number one picks, and they're the last guys to sign.
Yeah.
Well, then therefore your franchise is done, or as we've seen, and now his career is gone. So essentially, you just threw money in the air and see if it would come back. So I just think maybe sometimes.
I think it's the same thing, Jay.
I think sometimes these players can rub people the wrong way. I think it's also to the point where coaches or whoever maybe are saying, you know what, man, I'm not going to be held hostage, because every time that you feel like you want an extra kickback, you come in and get it, and you haven't been producing. Sometimes what you're going to do is you're going to meet a threshold. And then when you meet that threshold, you're not only going to get pushed down, you're going to go down to oblivion. It's like the who's the quarterback they were talking about that just was it was the Florida guy, the one
Lagway?
The one that had this lawsuit against Florida. Rashada. He's down now talking to like Western Kentucky for like $35,000
from 13 mil.
Yeah,
and we see this happen
between $35,000 to $85,000.
You over leverage yourself. You've got your Oliver Millers that did it. You've got Spreewell, and when the money was at, even your boy, what's his name, Schroeder is one of the biggest bag drops, because you over leverage yourself,
or you continually act a certain way.
Another one.
Act a certain way and you don't produce. And it's kind of like the Terrell Owens thing and Antonio Brown. When you are really at your apex, you can deal with it. But once you get to the point where the juice isn't worth the squeeze, well, then now the phone isn't being picked up.
And that's where I think 1562, we're going to get to your text here before we take our first break of the show. They say the entitlement is just pathetic. Just cut them from the team. Need to start treating players the way that they want to treat others, is essentially what they're trying to say. Golden rule kind of thing.
Yeah, because if you bow down,
it sends a message.
If you bow down to it, boy, it opens a floodgate, right, Austin? Would you agree?
Nico sending messages loud and clear.
Yeah.
Tennessee sending messages loud and clear. Where I'm going to be most curious to watch is we know how much pro teams don't like dead cap, carrying money for a player that's not even on the roster. It's a huge thing in the NFL, a little bit in baseball, here and there in basketball as well. Is Tennessee willing to cut Nico? Essentially what they have to do, leave him off the team, say you're off the roster, we're not going to do it. Does his NIL deal, whatever he's making now, go away if he's not a football player? Or is Tennessee still on the hook for that money that they already promised him? Because if they're on the hook for dead cap money, that would be quite the statement to say we are willing to pay money to someone who's not on our football team anymore.
I think you pay him. I mean, this should be done here in the next week. By Monday, this needs to be taken care of because the portal opens. And sometimes you want to say, all right, go out there and see what you can get. He really don't want to leave. He just wants to get paid more. Now, where he's running into trouble is his tape and how he plays is not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's smart on his part to try to get a little bit more, or a lot more in this case when you want to double and then some. But I think ultimately, realistic, headspace needs to, come to fruition. They obviously showed you at the beginning or after the college football playoffs that they were willing to talk at some point. Now let's talk realistically so we can have some sort of happy medium. And you know what? Let's just do it for this year. And if you ball out of control, let us have first right of refusal, or this contract part kicks in.
That's what I'm saying.
Or if you don't like what we're doing, then hit the portal.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But right now, he's not helping himself. There's not a lot of teams out there that are going to – people will call. But you know what they're doing? They're just calling just to get information. You know what I'm saying?
To kind of see where they are, kind of weigh the scales of where they do sit.
To see if you're serious.
Right.
It's like – here's an example before we go to break. It's like when you have really good players and the teams tell the player you can go seek a trade. It used to be you would get traded. Now they know you're going to end up being a free agent. So now they're just trying to see, are you really upset? What are the parameters? Because what they don't
want to open your eyes, right?
Well,
no one wants you, so
they don't want to be in the same situation in a year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they're calling whoever. They're trying to see what the deal is, and they're calling his agent. Then they're calling somebody they know on campus. They're knowing assistant coach, equipment manager, whatever. They're trying to get intel right now. He think he's sweet. But he should get a little bit more, but not no $4 million. That's a lot of money for a dude that only scored, threw 5-6 touchdowns.
For sure.
With that type of talent.
Speaking of that $4 million, where's it coming from? Right now, some of it from the athletic department after the House settlement, but private boosters, how willing are they to continue paying? Got some thoughts on that from some national voices we'll get to and continue the discussion during On the Block.
Follow Austin Strick and On the Block on Twitter at Austin Orman, eStrick20, and On the Block 93.7. More of On the Block coming up.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
Pre-order your Hog Wild slow-smoked Easter ham today. Hog Wild selects the highest quality whole ham and slow smokes them until they're tender and delicious. Our 100% boneless ham is approximately 4 pounds and $50. Pre-order online at GoHogWild.com. Quantities are limited. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard, increase security, and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Buckle up and hang on. This is going to be a good one.
The fans of Kansas Speedway know how to have a good time. One that celebrates fantastic finishes and family-friendly facilities. Trading paint.
We've got feuding
and tailgating tradition. Burnouts, beer, and barbecue. Oh, it'll for sure be a good time, and you are all invited. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 9th through the 11th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Amon Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a four-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats, including Amon Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Rashawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Email Jake at theticketfm.com for more questions or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Early bird registration goes through April 20th and overall registration goes through May 30th.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with light winds. Afternoon high around 68. Tonight, mainly clear skies and light winds, low near 46. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It'll be windy and warm with an afternoon high near 80. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Hey Stars fans, I'm Matthew Maltek, captain of your Lincoln Stars. Thank you so much for your support of us all season. Don't miss our last regular season home game Friday, April 11th when we host the Tri-City Storm at 7:05 at the Icebox. Be here to win prizes throughout the night and to cheer the boys on. Purchase your tickets for April 11th now at LincolnStars.com.
Imagine a healthier, more active, physically fit version of yourself. If you've been putting off getting into shape, now is the time with the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-Week Challenge. Our program combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching to help you achieve your fitness goals. And ticket listeners, you can get $150 off your enrollment. The next 10-week challenge begins on April 12th. You can get all the info at fxblincoln.com. Don't wait any longer. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Now back to On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
Lots to talk about here during On the Block. Glad you're with us here on a Friday. Austin Orman, Jay Foreman, Eric Strickland with you. We're talking about Nico Yamaleva, the $4 million deal that he is apparently requesting from Tennessee and willing to hold out for as he no-shows at practice today. Of course, this money for NIL is not yet coming from athletic departments. It's still coming from collectives. And gentlemen, it raises this question for me. These boosters aren't owners. They're not. They might think they act like it, but they don't share in the profits of these universities, right? Not the same way as team owners do. Do these boosters have bottomless pockets, or are they getting enough kickback from the universities to make their investment worth the while that the universities don't have to worry about the money drying up at some point?
I think they're as needed owners. They're getting say so, or at least some in right.
But what are they getting in return?
Access.
Is that worth that much money a year?
Some is like a play toy.
When you got a lot of money, it is.
So it's kind of like a video game. It's like a play toy. It's like Fantasy Island for I guess people.
Man, them dudes that own NFL teams. That's not how they pay their bills.
No. That's the side gig. That's the hobby.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Yeah.
So, but if you're, I don't think they're necessarily like making decisions, but
these boosters don't own the team like they do in the NFL.
Yeah, basically, when they spend that money's
it's gone,
burnt up.
That's and they're not. Yeah, they're not getting any kickbacks. But
and you don't get no tax incentives. You just throwing the money.
You donate.
You just in the James Harden
to the foundation, right?
You in the James Harden. Make it rain.
Are these tax write-offs?
Depends on how it's set up.
I don't think they are.
Because these collectives aren't nonprofits, even if they're filed that way.
But you go to the school, it's all good.
But you can't go to the school right now.
Yeah. Well, legally, you can't put that on your taxes, even if you do it. So, yeah, you could give money to the school on the sly and do it but you can't. Well, unless you want to get caught or you're risking, I wouldn't.
Because the whole point of this moving forward is that right now, all the money is from the collectives, which are outside of the school. Once the house settlement gets approved, it's all the money that's already with the school or given to the school. It's through the athletic department budget. So maybe moving forward, they can write it off. But right now, can they write it off? They give it to a collective?
I don't think so.
Not to a collective. You give it to a school.
And you're saying, even though schools are supposed to be operating through the collective.
When they do.
Oh.
But like right now, if people are giving to a school, that money is not supposed to be allowed to go to student athletes.
Yeah. But Tennessee had they had a lot of Big Macs in those McDonald's bags.
That was at least 3 or 4 Big Macs.
So you know they got boosters, and they doing dirty work.
It's fair. Couple tweets here from some national names. So Travis Branham, who is with 24/7 Sports, says there are at least 8 teams that will have a $10 million plus roster in college basketball next season. Matt Norlander of CBS Sports says, had a coach tell me the last week the price of a guy they were recruiting tripled to $1 million plus in a few days' time. Only so many teams can win big, meaning many rich donors handing over money will regret it next March. Dropping bags guarantees nothing in the standings or tournament. And then Matt Brown, who runs the Extra Points blog, says the conventional wisdom is that eventually donors will get fatigued and salaries will drop down. I'm coming around to the idea that won't happen. This isn't a traditional market. The donors aren't rational. Instead, donors will just be replaced by richer and richer people. Any reaction to that?
I think it's going to slow down. I think the bubble is going to bust. The best thing for the players is take advantage of it while you can.
I think I agree with that sentiment.
But if you ain't performing, it'd be tape delayed on your deposit.
I'm dead serious. I think I agree with that sentiment.
Straight up.
I think it's gonna eventually
you ain't getting
come
no
to
sacks.
a head. Yeah.
You get no bags then.
Yeah.
Like your boy O'Shawn Mathis.
Or you getting a no sack payment.
Yeah, O'Shawn.
Because you got your scholarship to take care of the regular stuff.
Yeah, Mathis.
Oh, you late for meetings? Oh, okay.
That check late too.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna pay you like you late for meetings. you don't want to do what you're supposed to do? Oh, I'm gonna pay you like that. And then when you talk to me, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Because now once it comes internal, isn't it kind of a boss type? What? See, that's the thing. It's just still so vague. It's still too vague for me. I
think the goal line's constantly going to get pushed.
All moving. Crazy.
I think the best thing you could do is just get in there and play underneath the rules, and then be one step ahead or project what's going to happen next. Right?
I think so.
Yeah,
probably. I do tend to agree that it's not a traditional market, and the donors aren't rational. We know college sports makes people act kind of funny sometimes, but I do think at the end of the day, everyone wants to see some return on their investment, whatever it is. And if you start paying, $2 million a year, $3 million a year, you're carrying the bulk of the funding for this collective, this athletic department, whatever it is.
Yeah, WNBA.
And you start not seeing any return on that. You start not seeing even major bowl wins, let alone college football playoffs. Eventually, wouldn't that tire everyone out of giving to something that's fruitless?
Yeah, well, that's why you got to have, you're talking. This is the emotion part. People get emotional, obviously, with their money, as you should.
Yeah,
and that's where the standard isn't there, because the standard is based on what's on the field. The expectations are based on what I'm giving you. Just like somebody comes and cleans your house, right? You don't expect them to forget to not vacuum the floor or anything like that. So if you get a clear set expectations, and then also the assumptive of what's going to be holistically, that either player to player performance or team performance, then you can really, really, keep this thing rolling. But if you try to come from the mindset of just give me money and shut up, that ain't gonna work. If you just think you right. So, or when you come back to the person and try to get more money, they're gonna try to be like, well, I haven't heard from you in a couple of years, and you're just dinging me up here. So I think it's one of those things that there's got to be clear communication. It's got to be on point. It's got to be justified. And then also, I think this new house thing could help everybody. It could help the donors, or the collectives or the donors, help the school, and obviously with the Title IX and all that stuff. And then also to maybe bring somewhat of a purity back to college football.
Isn't purity out the window?
No, I said somewhat. Pure. You know what purity in sports are? You actually care about it. You actually have some investment in it. You're actually going to be around.
We are talking about investment.
Yes. Now you're just going to be now
emotional, physical investment.
Right. When you invest, you're actually going to see a return on your investment, because I could tell you, Austin, I need you to give me $300,000 or $400,000 for Eric Strickland, and he's going to be really good in 2 years. Well, he's going to take that $300,000 or $400,000, and next thing you know, he's gone. But if you get this house settlement agreement in year 2, you could be like, you know what? I wish I would have gave an extra $50,000, because then now he's like first or second team all conference or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about. The purity, you will actually start to see something to where you can argue on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
I gave enough. I got enough out of it. Okay, next time you come, I'm definitely going to pick up on the first ring, versus trying to read your voicemail, through voice text and all that, and I've decided whether I want to call you back or not.
This works for me. This works for you. Let's keep it going. Someday we'll get back to that.
Yeah, as long as
Someday.
it's reasonable. Yeah.
Potentially. Stricky, we got Fit Talk Friday coming up next. Who's the guest? What are we talking about?
Yeah, Mike Demps, former Husker, is joining us. And the thing about Fit Talk Friday for us, it's not always what you may perceive as a fitness type of thing. Fitness can be within your monetary system, how you deal with your money, banking. It could be the business you have. It could be, like we have A1 Automotive that comes in, and we talk about the fitness of the car. So we're going to discuss, just the way the landscape is right now, Austin, in a lot of things in business. How is it in the car business? How is it maintaining its fitness? And then he also helps those with credit situations get that stuff right. So, are you fit and ready for whatever transition that may come before you?
There you go. That'll be Fit Talk Friday to wrap up hour 1 of On the Block.
Download our app by searching for 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day wherever you are. More of On the Block next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Put lawn irrigation on automatic. Think Judson Irrigation for worry-free service to Lincoln homeowners and business community. Judson Irrigation will turn on your sprinkler system in the spring, repair or redesign as needed, and turn it off in the fall. For service to orphan sprinklers, remember Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Salt Mine City is not only Lincoln's newest brewery, but they're also now serving food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their peanut butter and jelly burger with bacon and cheddar cheese, or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. Don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 11 a.m. every day but Mondays at 8th and R.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Now's the perfect time to get even stronger at Planet Fitness. Save $28 or more when you join today for just $1 down, $15 a month. Mix up your routine or create a customized workout plan with free fitness training. That's right. Certified trainers, unlimited sessions with best-in-class equipment. Plus, there's over 2,700 convenient locations to choose from, with most open 24 hours. Save $28 or more today when you join Planet Fitness for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends April 11th. See Home Club for details.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
Pre-order your Hog Wild slow smoked Easter ham today. Hog Wild selects the highest quality whole ham and slow smokes them until they're tender and delicious. Our 100% boneless ham is approximately 4 pounds and $50. Pre-order online at GoHogWild.com. Quantities are limited. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with light winds. Afternoon high around 68. Tonight, mainly clear skies and light winds, low near 46. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It'll be windy and warm with an afternoon high near 80. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When your home fills up with family, Allo Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Allo Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Now back to On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
block. Joining us for Fit Talk Friday today is a good friend of mine, Mike Demps, former Husker, return man, DB, Rover, all of that good stuff, man. And, you know, we're appreciative of you coming because, you know, there's I happen to have a car that works in the same vein of where you are, and we got to having a conversation, and you know, I'm definitely looking to come over and work with you because I got a chance on multiple occasions to go over to where you are at Sid Dillon up on Pine Lake and in 27th area, right? Yeah. Make sure you speak into that mic. Pull it up to you.
Okay.
There you go. And so one of the things about that, man, is me being around the car business at some points in life. There's multiple facets that work in that industry. Now we're looking at a situation as far as government changes. You know, Sid having multiple car dealerships, so you operate both from the American side as well as the foreign side. How is it affecting, you know, the fitness of the business right now for you personally as well as collectively for most dealerships even?
Well, I would say personally, you know, it's something I've been doing for a long time. Just like sports, you do it for a long time. You get your reps in, you get your practice in, and take care of people, and they take care of you. So it's one of those things, you know, where you know you take care of your customers take care of you. But
Yeah.
as far as you know, just the whole scope of the business right now, you know, you know, the word tariff is huge right now, and you know, there's a lot of uncertainties. You really don't know what to expect. From what I'm hearing, you know, there's going to be anywhere between 10 and 25% increases on vehicles that come into the United States that's not manufactured here, and you know, obviously, that's going to have a great effect on sales. I mean, a couple of different things. It can have a great effect, you know, positive or negative.
Right.
You know, from a
So it's a patience, a waiting game of just allowing things to take its course.
Exactly. And that's just like anything, you know,
Yeah.
you really don't know what to expect, but you know, on both sides of that, you know, if you're driving, you know, a foreign car and, you know, a tariff is tacked on it, 10 to 25% new, I mean, it's obviously going to increase the value of anything used 10 to 25% because it's worth 10 to 25% more. So, you know, I think from that standpoint, you can see some great gains for people in certain situations that are leasing vehicles currently now. And but on the flip side of that, you know, you can buy a vehicle now that doesn't have a tariff, that doesn't have a price increase, and get it for, you know, pretty cheap,
good price,
a great price, and then turn around, you know, 3-4 years from now, look up because of the tariffs that came, that vehicle still worth 10 to
some
25% more. Yeah, so you know, it just depends on how you want to look at
it. When you also look at it, it's not just the outside body. It's also that something that you alluded to, especially if you're driving foreign right now, you got to think about parts. So you're looking at parts now that are also going to be incorporated to the fitness of your vehicle over the course of its time. So that's also something that could be affected.
Right, definitely, and that's one thing that we're taking a strong look at. You know, especially, you know, because service is what drives that business. You know, it could affect us parts wise at getting cars back on the road in a timely manner and making sure we're able to take care of the customers. So, you know, like I said, there's a lot of concerns on how this thing is going to work. But you know, like I said, when you take care of people, people will take care of you, and you know, hopefully, you know, we don't get into a situation where it starts to affect our service and our business.
How do you manage that uncertainty?
Well, just operate the way you always operate, you know, and stay consistent and be consistent with your customers, and you know, obviously go above and beyond. So, you know, it just like when COVID happened, you know, a lot of businesses changed. A lot of the businesses became where they would come to you. They would drop food to you. They would drop food at your door, like DoorDash and different things that way. I think you have to start looking at different best practices around service and how to service the people to keep them engaged with what you're doing at your dealership and having the patience with you as we go through this thing together.
We'll have maybe a question and a half. But this last question, because people are dealing with issues and stress and health and not only trying to deal with business. How do you handle that, with a lot of the changes, the stress and the making sure, because look, it's a sun up to sundown job. I've been in, the business as well. It's a lot. It's a lot of moving parts. It's a lot of communication. It's a lot of handling stuff and staying ahead of it to make sure that you're having best practices. How are you managing that on a personal level as well, and making sure that your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit, everything is ready and ramped up for the challenges of the business?
I would say just like anything, like football, basketball, baseball, track. If it's a situation where you have some best practices, you're working harder, you're working smarter, you're being consistent, you're taking care of customers. It becomes like a walk in the park, like riding a bike. So for me, I've been in the business now for just under 25 years. For me, it's pretty simple. I mean, I take all of the principles and all of the things that I learned playing football in Nebraska, get up early, work hard, work harder than the next guy, be consistent, take care of your teammates or take care of your customers, so to speak. And all of the success will fall in line with that as far as doing something. So when you have that type of a mindset, it makes it real easy and not that stressful. It's actually pretty fun to me.
Well, one thing I can say for sure as we let Mike go is you can find Mike. Well, first and foremost, I can vouch for the fact that he's a man of integrity. He's a man that deals with business with a high level IQ. He's just not going to try to move a product off on you. He's going to actually, engage you, and he wants to know you and all of those things and understand really what you're trying to accomplish and make sure he puts you in the best situation. How can they find you, Mike? And if they're in this situation, they're uncertain about whether they want to move, they need to move on a new vehicle or a used vehicle. How can they find you so that we can support you in what you're doing there at Sid Dillon?
You know what? All they have to do is come to Sid Dillon Buick Nissan Hyundai. I'm located at 2627 Kendra Lane, Lincoln, Nebraska, 68512. I'm open. This is the thing. I've been doing this long enough to know that I'm not going to sell every car and every person, but I am a creature of liking to see people have success in anything they do. So I'm always willing to answer questions. There's a lot of questions out there about tariffs. There's a lot of questions out there about, what's the best way to buy a vehicle? Is it retail? Is it leasing? What do I do? Hey, I'm upside down in my car, or insurance questions. I've been around the block, man. So
and you're connected. So you have resources.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to help anybody out in any way I possibly can if it's going to help them.
There it is. Mike Demps joining us on Fit Talk Friday to talk about the car industry and the business and how to keep yours fit and factual on how you're dealing with the industry and what to look out for in the industry. Mike, thank you for joining us on the block, man. Let them know if you go in there to Sid Dillon and you're looking for Mike Demps, let them know that On the Block sent you. We appreciate you once again, my friend, for joining us today.
Thank you, bro. Thanks for having me on.
No doubt.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Right here, 937 The Ticket, On the Block. We'll see you in a minute.
Follow Austin Strick and On the Block on Twitter at Austin Orman, eStrick20, and On the Block 93.7. More of On the Block coming up.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Amon Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a 4-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats, including Amon Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carragher, Vershawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Email Jake at theticketfm.com for more questions or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Early bird registration goes through April 20th and overall registration goes through May 30th.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Make sure you tune in every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. for all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman. Learn how the game of youth football has grown in and around the capital city with coaches, athletic directors, and league commissioners telling you all about it. It's All Things Youth Football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Do you want to talk about it? No. Okay, fine. I'll start. Distracted driving. Who does it?
Ew. Bro. Could you not?
Okay, Dad. So what I'm hearing is no one ever drives distracted.
I mean, barely.
Maps. More than 14% of all fatal and injury crashes are caused by distracted drivers. This is distracted driving for real. Let's start driving for real. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese, with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to The Mercado today for the best meat in town. Spring is the time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
This is On the Block with Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman, middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America, on air and online at theticketfm.com. Sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This is On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
Well, we're back to the 2 live crew, not the 3 live crew. Coach Foreman had to dip out of here. So you got Austin, you got Strick. Actually, you probably got Strick and Austin is probably the way to phrase that. You also got the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. 3 locations here in Lincoln, also 1 up in Omaha. Check them out. Every type of meat, every type of cut. Good grilling weather. Might have to get on the grill myself this weekend. Don't ask me what, don't ask me how, but it may have to happen. Good stuff from Mike Dempster, Stricky.
Yeah, man. Look, Mike, I've known Mike for quite a while now. He's just been a stapleton in the community, and I just want to speak to the fact that the beautiful thing about a lot of us Huskers that have come through here, a lot of us stay, man. You know, of course, I obviously have a second home in Dallas, but it's the community, the people. There's so much things that's why I brought back Global Open Wound Care, and why I wanted to do those type of things in the community for those rural families that, I happen to have the privilege of going out in some of the rural communities as an ambassador for the state of Nebraska and meeting those people and knowing that those families may not have the means by way to transport, not necessarily that they don't have the means or financial means or whatever. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying you could be far from a clinic and, mom, dad, grandpa, grandma, nana, they may be bedridden and experiencing sores. But that's why I always said, Austin, I want to bring something back here.
Yeah.
Just for the people. And that's why you get Mike Demps and you get guys like Tony Veland and you get Tommy Frazier, who's still around and doing things. Cluster Johnson, who's still in the community. I can name off and rattle off more character coming back, VJ, and a lot of guys are doing great things. Steve Warren doing things as now he's a councilman, I believe, or a state senator. I think that's what Steve is now. But yeah, I think that's the beautiful thing about what we do, and it's why DP understood about the community and being able to touch them in a supportive and a loving way.
Absolutely. There's a lot going on there. Really appreciate all the former Huskers who are around, especially the ones here at 93.7 The Ticket. As always, 402-464-5685. You got anything you want to add to the conversation? You have to sneeze here in just a sec. 8893. No, we do not know the excuse me, there it is, the answer to that question. 3027 also adds Brett Maher came back. Yep, he is, of course, helping out with special teams for Husker football. Stricky, I'm going to turn our attention to the NBA here for a second. So a really interesting article from Tom Haberstroh, who's writing for Yahoo Sports. And let's just lead this off with an interesting thought exercise. How many of Nikola Jokic's teammates have been an all-star? How many all-stars has Nikola Jokic played with on the Denver Nuggets that have been named all-stars as a member of the Denver Nuggets, of course?
Maybe one?
0.
Jamal? I didn't
Jamal
know if Jamal
has never
got
finished
there.
higher than 10th in all-star voting. Okay, so how many all-NBA players has he played with?
None.
How many all-NBA defensive team players has he played with?
KCP was third or second?
He was neither.
Wow.
He didn't make it. So for those keeping track at home, Nikola Jokic has played with 0 all-stars, 0 all-NBA members, and 0 all-defensive team members in his entire Denver Nuggets career. Since he entered the league, not a single one of his teammates has been named any one of those. And yet he won the Nuggets a title.
And
right?
averaging a triple-double.
And averaging a triple-double, top 5 in the league in all sorts of statistical categories. But Strick, the premise of this article is something that I really don't like that national media does, but I do think is honestly kind of fair in this circumstance. Is it fair for Nikola Jokic to request a trade?
I think by all sensibility of the question, I think so. I think so. He's so subtle, and to me, I think Denver's a good fit for him just because of his love for the things that he loves, right? Nature, being outside, the mountains. I think it's a good fit for him, right? I think there's certain places that would be a great fit for. I think Phoenix would be a great fit for him. I don't think Cali would be a great place for Nikola Jokic.
Sacramento,
I don't
a little laid
think,
back, up north, out of the way.
I still think it's shaky. I don't even think Golden State.
Can you imagine
I
him
don't
there,
think
though?
Portland. I don't think none of them in the far west would. I don't think Atlanta would. I think Orlando would be a good fit for him. I think
would Orlando
Charlotte,
have to give up Paulo?
They probably would not let it go without Paulo. But I definitely think a place like Charlotte would be good for him. He seems to me he could be a large market team, but I don't think he would. I don't think he goes far north. I don't think he goes Rust Belt. I don't think he goes like to a Cleveland, or I don't think he goes to a Minnesota or a Milwaukee or anything like that. But I could see him shaky. I don't think it could happen, but it could happen because they've got so many resources at like OKC. You know what I mean? They got, so if they really wanted to make it happen, but the thing is what everything that you're going to have to give up, the question then you're going to have to ask yourself, Austin, and I'll turn it to you now, is the question's going to be, how long does Nikola want to do this?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That you're willing to give up resources to bring him. How many years is left on his contract?
Let me find that.
I think he might have 2. If he does, you're going to want to have those conversations with Nikola Jokic to discuss that, because you're going to want to move him. Make sure there's no trade clauses. I don't think there is.
He has 2 more guaranteed years and then a player option.
I thought that's what the case was. So at that point, Nikola to me is a very integral person. He's gonna give you everything he gives you, regardless of what the situation is. But you're gonna want to have that discussion, because you're gonna want to be able to move him, and you're gonna want him to be happy because he did you right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't want to go in, if you're Denver, small market team, you're not a destination place. You don't want to do Nikola Tesla. Ooh. Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
You don't want to do Nikola Jokic wrong. This is the same problem Dallas has had.
What about Portland with Dame?
No, I think
because Portland didn't do Dame wrong. They didn't do what he wanted, but they didn't do him dirty.
They didn't do him dirty. Yeah, that's why I don't know if I could say that, but I can say Dallas, to me, continues to compound their problems. You messed it up already when you didn't take care of Steve Nash, a Hall of Famer.
By this point in Steve Nash's career, by year 10, he had played with teammates that had earned 16 all-league honors, by the way.
Right.
So think about that.
Yeah, but he was one of your and you would have got him at you didn't have to pay a premium to get him. That was what was crazy. But then he goes and rattles off 2 MVPs on you. You didn't re-sign a good group of those guys that took you to winning your first title. And then you do this with Luka.
Yeah.
You do this with Luka. It's not a good look. Dallas is not a place already, because of the history of the things, is now super compounded to where there's questions about it, whether or not anybody's going to come. I think Denver, if they do that, if they don't involve Nikola and really discuss this, now you don't want to put it out there. This is that thing we talked about, the problem. You don't put it out there in the open as far as, Nikola is, because you don't want to create these leverage points.
Yeah, no.
Right? From teams. Oh, we know he wants to come here. Oh yeah, we got him. We can, stick it to him type deal. Like, you don't want that. So I think you would want, okay, just say he wants to go to San Antonio, Utah, Phoenix, and Orlando. Say those are the 4 places he's cool with, right? You want to add an extra 2 to 3. The reason you add the extra 2 or 3 is you're not really serious, but you want the people to think, the 4 that are really interested, you want them to think that he's okay with going to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Or he's okay with going to, right? So that makes sure you don't get stung by the leverage play.
Well, and I would hope that there would be 29 other teams in the league that would be interested in Nikola Jokic.
Oh, and there's no everybody and their mama would.
I would hope. I mean, there'd be some front offices that are dumb enough to say, well, he doesn't fit what we want to do. We don't have the roster to surround him with. You go get Nikola Jokic if he's available.
Yeah.
If you don't make Denver an offer, you're out of your mind. If he's actually on the trade block, and we'll get to that here in just a sec. Gus Mohawk says, would this be one of the best big 3? It's a picture of Luka, Jokic, and LeBron all wearing the Lakers purple jerseys. Number one, if the Lakers were able to swap out LeBron for Jokic, that keeps them going another 5 years or so. Because to get back to that first question you posed, Strick, I think you're right in that the question being asked, or that needs to be asked, is not how much longer can Nikola Jokic do this? It's how much longer will he want to.
Yeah.
Because his game, the way that he plays, he's been relatively healthy in the NBA, all things considered, especially for not just a tall guy, but a big guy that size. That just with as much as is asked of him, he's been durable.
Yeah,
he's been healthy.
Yeah.
Clearly, he's found something that works for him and his body. And of course, the older you get, the more you're going to age and deteriorate. But there's no reason Nikola Jokic can't play until he's 36, 37, 38.
No question,
with
because
the exact
he can
same
shoot.
game he has.
The exact same game. He can shoot. He's got good, strong body. He's got great touch. He understands how to create space.
He knows the
He's
game.
both
IQ.
hands. IQ is stupid dumb. You can still run things through him. He can still do that, and he can shoot. So
Well, I think you say the
you'll
same
be
thing
there for a while.
about Luka.
Yeah.
Who's been a little more injured than Jokic has, to be completely fair. But I think that Luka and Jokic, their games are going to age pretty well because they're not dependent on body, on physicality necessarily.
And they also didn't go through the AAU grind.
Right.
The European style is way different. They practice more than they play. So you're getting development, but you're not necessarily getting overstrained. So sometimes that is a benefit as far as being international, because you don't have to, even though you're playing at younger age, you're just not still putting the same strain on your body, but you're also getting professional physicality level of play.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the difference.
So, Stricky, if I were to ask you, is there a player in NBA history who is in a similar position to Nikola Jokic, right? Kind of that single star on a team, had some team success, but, was probably best served for the tail end of their career, finding their way outside of the team that drafted them. Is there any name that comes to mind for you?
I will say, I'm gonna be honest about this. I personally think Russell Westbrook has got a bad rap.
Okay.
I think he's been a continual scapegoat for bad situations. Yes, he struggled, but that struggle wasn't necessarily all on him. I think it was situational. I think it was the team makeup. I think he's created a good space for himself where he is, right? I can tell another player, it's an older player that I thought was like that, and that was Lamar Odom.
His first move as executive of the New York Knicks was to sign Lamar Odom. Who was it? No,
Going to the Lakers, I would say he would be one.
5704 nailed it on our text line. According to this article by Tom Haberstroh. Big ticket.
Yeah.
Kevin Garnett.
That's a good one.
Here's the paragraph from Haberstroh's article on Yahoo Sports. The closest comp for Jokic's situation is Kevin Garnett, who spent 12 seasons in Minnesota with a supporting cast wholly unfit for a player of his caliber. Garnett in Minnesota saw an All-League award for a teammate only 4 times, 97 All-Star game with Tom Gugliotta, and then Wally Zerbiak was a 2002 All-Star, Sam Cassell, 2004 All-Star, and second-team NBA. The only league award winners for Kevin Garnett in his first 10 seasons of the league. And then just a couple paragraphs later, Stricky, Haberstroh writes this. Jokic in the Denver house cleaning reminds me of a conversation I had with Chris Bosh in 2016. I asked him what drove him to leave Toronto and join the Miami Heat with LeBron and Dwayne Wade, a triumvirate that won multiple titles. He said it was a private conversation that he, Chris Bosh, had with Garnett, who told him in 2010 that he wished he left Minnesota sooner and advised Bosh to take matters into his own hands. This is the same Garnett who told reporters after Boston defeated James in Cleveland in 2010, loyalty is something that hurts you at times because you can't get your youth back. James and Bosh took their talents to South Beach weeks later. It's a message Jokic should heed. The greatest don't have to go it alone. LeBron didn't, Steph hasn't, MJ didn't, Magic certainly didn't.
So here, now I turn it to you. I turn it to the listeners, 402-464-5685. If you are the GM, give me 3 teams that you think right now that if Jokic came there, it can create another potential move for a dynasty.
San Antonio.
Ooh, him and
Wemby.
That look,
Jokic and drop Wemby
code
on the weak side.
That's a cheat code. That's like, that wouldn't even be fair. That's like when you used to, you wouldn't know this. But when we used to play the Nintendo, you used to could do the Nintendo little thing. You used to could do certain things with the little joystick and create these little codes that gave you either a whole bunch of lives or, yeah, that's a cheat code for San Antonio, my boy.
Boston?
They would have to give up. They would have to give up some stuff so that it wouldn't look the same, but okay.
You get rid of...
You'd have to get rid of one of the two.
Get rid of Jalen?
You would have to get rid of one of the
and
two.
Porzingis.
Yeah. Him, Porzingis, that money would match.
I'm trying to think. I mean, I think if you're Phoenix and you're able to get Jokic and build around him, not that you have much to surround him with, Phoenix is...
They would look better
nowhere.
with Jokic as opposed to the three similar type style guard or forwards that you have right now.
Yeah.
You
Or-
add Jokic to that group. Whew.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good one.
What if you're Houston? You swap Şengün for Jokic.
Not going to happen. Doesn't match because you're going to have to give up probably. You could do Şengün, and you're probably going to have to give up one of those super defensive players, and you probably going to have to give up Asar Thomas because he hasn't reached out of his rookie contract yet, so they're probably going to want him. They're definitely going to want Şengün, and they're probably going to have to take someone like Van Vliet or somebody's salary like that to make it match.
OKC?
They've got it. They've got the opportunity to do it. Like I wouldn't give up. I would give up Chet. I would give up Chet.
Probably have to give up Jalen Williams.
Probably Jalen Williams, Chet, and you've got draft capital for days.
For years.
So you could make that work. If I'm OKC and I could pull that off, I'm creating super dynasty. Him and
Shea?
And he doesn't have to work as hard, but he still could do all the things. Man, and shoot. That's scary. I like where you're going though. I like where your head's at.
I don't think this team would do it, but him and Cade in Detroit?
I don't think he would do it. I don't think he'd go to Motor City, but
I don't think so either, but I'm just hypothetically.
I don't think he creates that same because of who you would have to give up. Because I don't think to me their role guys are not. I mean, you have Beasley over there who can shoot. Yeah, that'd be a wild one.
If Jokic,
if he was in Cleveland,
with either Mobley or Allen, either one of them. But Stricky, hear me out. If you're Milwaukee, swap Brook Lopez for Jokic. And more.
Money
obviously.
don't matter. Yeah.
I know.
I don't know if they.
But like I said with San Antonio, Wemby and Jokic, I mean, Giannis and.
Like if Dame was a little bit younger, I would say yeah. If I'm Denver, I'm trying to bring Giannis to Denver. And here's why.
Okay.
Because I think if I'm them with those two, I can get rid of Michael Porter Jr. I can get rid of Aaron Gordon. I can get rid of I'll throw all those big contract salaries at you and give me a couple draft picks and I can roll with you on that. Because those two together, they could play 30 something minutes and in a dominating fashion outside of but yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
I can't see him in Indiana with Halliburton. I can't see him in Atlanta with Trae Young. How about this though, Stricky? Cubsker says, Stricky, I know I'm biased, but what about Joker with Josh Giddey in Chicago? Get rid of Vooch. Might have to give up Kobe White.
I think he would be looking also at standard of living on that one. Chicago is there was a time when I wanted to go. If I was a time I would have wanted to go to Chicago, but right now I wouldn't want to go.
It's right as soon as you got into the league.
And Angel Reese is up there, so no, I'm just playing.
Dang.
Jokes.
You just why you firing off strays like that, man?
It's Funny Friday. Just want to throw jokes out.
Yeah, that's been the last two segments of jokes. So at the end of the day, Strick, do you think Nikola Jokic does request a trade? Or do you think he applies some pressure to the new general manager who says, bring someone in alongside me?
See, Booth had to go. Booth's mental thinking and his ability to look at and acquire talent and who he signed, who literally messed up any run for back-to-back or dynasty opportunities for Denver by the things that he did signing there. Unfortunately, Mike Malone got caught up in the mismatch of the whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm Jokic, my people, let's step into my office and have a conversation. My people, let's meet your people and let's talk about what's your vision. I want to know. Like, if I'm Jokic, I definitely want to have that conversation. I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know what type of talent, what fill-ins, what do you see that's missing with us, right? Like really get to it if I'm him. Because I got 2 years to really, without pressure, 2 years to think about it, 1 year to see after this draft, who are you getting? Who are you looking to acquire? And if it doesn't work, I'm looking at, let's have a discussion of trade by trade deadline next year.
Which is more likely? Denver brings back Tim Connolly, who drafted as a general manager for Jokic, or the Nuggets trade Nikola Jokic to the Minnesota Timberwolves to pair with Ant-Man.
Yeah, I don't. No one's going to want to take Rudy Gobert. You're going to need that salary to do so. You have expiring on Julius Randle, so you could do a sign and trade. It's going to be a matter of, does Denver want that?
What would, let's say Denver's trading Nikola Jokic away. Is there enough there for them to compete, or is Denver in teardown mode?
I mean, they're right there in the mix right now
with
nothing.
But with Jokic.
With Jokic.
But if
that's
they don't
what I'm
have
saying.
it,
That's why it's important that his eyes are on, what are you doing? What's the future? What's let me see the conversation. Let me see what you're able to pull off. Are you able to bring somebody in? Are you able to move something? And who are you drafting? And that's why I say, if it doesn't feel like or fit how I can see myself being here, that's when I'm looking. I will still allow myself to see a little bit of, because there's some guys that can surprise you. So I could see him going, his value's not going to go down.
No.
Because of just all that he can do. So he could then leverage for the all-star break or draft, not draft, but the deadline, the trade deadline.
Yeah.
That would be where I would be looking if I'm Jokic, so I can evaluate what you did. Did you tell me did you do what you said you was going to do? And what's your evaluation of talent? And let me see them. It gives them time to do that.
It'd be curious to see, too, if Mike Malone, wherever he gets hired, if whoever that is makes a run at him, depending on what their relationship was like. Because clearly it wasn't Jokic pushing for Malone to be fired, even as he was frustrated throughout the season here. And I do think you're onto something too, Strick. Even if Nikola Jokic requests a trade, it sounds a lot different coming from Jokic than it did Jimmy Butler or James Harden or Kevin Durant, right? He's not going to tank his value or his reputation by requesting a trade, despite winning a title in Denver. The last couple years, what he's gone through, how he's elevated that team, he's not tanking his reputation. He's not a crybaby. He's not out searching for more money.
Right.
I think people will take Nikola Jokic at his word that he just wants to hoop.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
Last one then before break. Westy says, how about Memphis?
For Ja Morant?
Ooh, guess where Ja got in trouble first? It's up in Denver.
I mean,
that's where this all went down, guys.
It's going to have to be that. I mean, Memphis is not going to do it Denver's not going to do it without possibly getting Ja. Now, that's the thing.
Could they get Desmond Bane?
See, Desmond doesn't move the needle for me for a Jokic switch. It doesn't.
You get Desmond Bane. You're probably not getting Jaren Jackson Jr. and Desmond Bane.
No, that'd be stupid.
But if you get Des Bane as Jamal's on the way out,
because whatchamacallit can cover the big fella in Memphis,
Jaren,
he can cover for any flaws defensively that Jokic
yeah.
had. That's
Stretch
why you
the
don't
floor
give him,
well enough.
That's why you don't give him up. But you can't have him and Edie.
No.
That to me doesn't work. So you would have to send Edie. You would have to send Edie, maybe Ja. He's on rookie contract, so you're going to have some other resource to fill in there. Who on Memphis's team? They probably, salary-wise would probably have to do it with, well, I think him and Ja match. I think him and Ja are fine, salary-wise. I think they match salary-wise. Jokic may be just a little ahead of him because he's older.
Yeah, Jokic is a little bit ahead. Ja got his rookie max.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, if I'm Denver and I want to keep Jokic, I'm trying to trade for Des Bane. I like him. I think he's good, Stricky.
No,
second banana.
I'm saying them going
Yeah,
across.
No, not one
but
for one.
If you can get him over for, I think if you do that, you got to keep Aaron Gordon because he's the only one that can cover right now on his ability, versatility defensively.
And you probably got to start trying
Michael
to draft
Porter.
the next Aaron Gordon if you're
them,
Denver at some point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's important. This draft is important for them.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get anything top. That's why your evaluations are going to be very important as to, you're going to have to find some diamonds because you're not going to be able to get anything up at the top 13 in the lottery.
No, you're not. He's Steve Strick. I'm Austin. We'll keep on the block rolling for another half an hour after this.
Download our app by searching for 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day wherever you are. More of On the Block next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with light winds. Afternoon high around 68. Tonight, mainly clear skies and light winds, low near 46. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It'll be windy and warm with an afternoon high near 80. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's becoming a wild ride in the car market these days, but Koppel wants to let you know and assure you that we are staying the course with our usual pricing model. We've still got huge discounts and low interest rates, so let's get after it. We've got over $12,500 off list price or 0% APR right now on select new vehicles. New and pre-owned, our lots are full, so now's the time to buy. Please stop on in the dealership or check us out at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Stock number G187747. All deals with roof credit.
Fleet Feet Lincoln is excited for the upcoming spring season and the warmer temps, and they want you to get outside and be active. Fleet Feet's Fit ID process takes a free 3D image of your feet to help runners and walkers alike find comfortable tennis shoes and inserts that ease pain associated with plantar fasciitis, bunions, and more. Get back on your feet this spring with a trip to Fleet Feet, open 7 days a week at 77th and Pioneers.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Amon Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a four-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats, including Amon Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Vershawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Email Jake at theticketfm.com for more questions or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Early bird registration goes through April 20th, and overall registration goes through May 30th.
It's the problem no one wants to talk about, the middle child of driver safety. In the time of doing everything in the car with 3 screens and a surround sound symphony sending you somewhere sunny, driving takes a back seat to swiping and replying. And while you're eating and taking a sip from your drink, more than 14% of fatal and injury crashes are being caused by distracted driving. This is distracted driving for real. Let's start driving for real. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option. Spring is the time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Now back to On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
This is On the Block. Austin Orman, Eric Strickland with you. Coach Jay Foreman on his way to, quote, raise some hell, as he said. So we'll see what the Fightin' Foremans do today. This segment brought to you by Heartland of Nebraska Windows. They're based out of Hallam, Nebraska. They offer a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl, triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty on everything while keeping their prices affordable. Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today for more information by calling 402-430-3852, or you can visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Well, Stricky, Nebraska volleyball is an onion. Many layers to peel back, specifically of where Husker volleyball makes its home. Now, the Husker volleyball team plays on Terry Pettit Court at John Cook Arena in the Bob Devaney Sports Center.
Wow.
Talk about a mouthful.
And so that what that speaks to is long-time legendary status. I mean, Stricky played in the Devaney. But they've established their own legacy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have multiples in there. Pettit was one who I think started things off and got the ball rolling. And then you move on into Coach Cook carrying the torch the rest of the way. And deservedly so, I think they do. But I think that's kind of weird. You don't want to ever erase, the Devaney legacy, so you understand that part of it. But then, come on, that's a lot. Just think about that. We're playing at the Devaney Center in John Cook Arena along the Pettit Court type deal. That's a lot. That's a lot. But I mean, I'm not mad at it. I mean, it's a lot. What say you? 402-464-5685. Is it too much? Like to have to run that down? Like we're sitting in here talking about the volleyball game tonight, and do we need to say all of that?
Oh no, it's not going to happen.
Right?
It's not going to happen. They still play at Devaney.
Do you just break it down and say they're going to be in John Cook Arena because he's fresh? It's fresh. And Devaney speaks of everything, right? It's not just volleyball in there. There's swimming. There's
track, all sorts of.
Right. Yeah. So you probably tailor
Wrestling.
it to Cook.
I still think you call it the Devaney.
Yeah.
I'm still going to call it the Devaney because no one says they play on Terry Pettit Court. Like it's just kind of there.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of printed on the court. That's that. I still think even as fresh as John Cook is, it's still, the Bob Devaney Sports Center, home of Nebraska volleyball. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me. Here's a hypothetical for you, Stricky. Should Pinnacle Bank Arena's court have a coach's name on it?
The question then becomes, who would it be?
I think it's between Nee and Yori.
And who?
Connie Yori.
Huh. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
You give it to Danny?
See, I don't want to put my 2 cents in because then it would come off as bias. But
Danny did some really good stuff for you guys in that program.
He did some great things for the program. I definitely couldn't see anybody in the most immediate. Or do you wait? Or do you wait until someone wins? Has a great showing of consistency and winning, and then on top of that, wins a first in the tournament, and you're starting to see a turn. But I was talking with some guys at my favorite place, Cigars.
Bando says hi, by the way.
Yeah, my guy Bando. I saw him, actually. I told him
how about that? Yeah.
How that worked out. And so we're having discussions, and Nebraska's at a crossroads, y'all. I really do believe they're at a crossroads. There's something I think in the Christian community, especially if you're, Austin, you're Catholic, right?
No, sir.
Oh, no? Okay.
Lutheran.
You're Lutheran.
Yes, sir.
You're Lutheran.
I'm the right one.
If you're a Catholic, I think you would understand that there's something within the Catholic faith they call purgatory.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be in sports, college sports purgatory, continue the way that you are if you're Nebraska. You're going to be stuck. You're going to be stuck in the middle of nowhere. You're probably going to fall more flat on your face than you do of climbing the mountain, doing it that way. And we were having that discussion, and it ultimately is going to come down to, do you want to play the game? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think of the movie Jigsaw.
Want to play a
or
game?
Saw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can either get stuck in one of those rooms knowing that you have a task that's probably hard, it's not easy, it's something you're going to have to do that's outside, it's maybe a fear that you have, or is that you got to do that. You got to stick your hand in the glass in order to get the key. You're going to have to do something. Nebraska, to me, is there. They're in Saw. They're in the movie. You're either going to be stuck in this room turning into a skeleton. You're either going to, whatever Jigsaw pulled up as the not a prank, but the thing to you, whatever they pulled up, you either going to have to do that so that you get out that door and get to winning the game, or you're going to be stuck.
Right.
That's the way I see it.
Let's hit the text line here, 402-464-5685. 3027 said it's much better than being corporate sponsorship of the arena. Okay, fair enough.
Wait, Paul, say that again.
That again.
No, what you just said.
3027 said, I'd rather it be John Cook Arena than being corporate sponsored.
Okay, facts.
which I assume is the next step from Memorial Stadium, because you already have a Tom Osborne Field is what they play on, but it's still Memorial Stadium. That's kind of where I'm at with it with volleyball too, to some degree. 8438 says it's such a great problem for volleyball to have, having that arena with 3 different, that building with a name, the arena itself with a name, and then the court itself with a name. Eric says Tim Miles Court. Yeah, probably not on that one. Heyman Bean says, couldn't name it Yori. She got fired. Connie Yori did get fired. I don't know how much time we have to actually fully relitigate this or dive into it. I'm not sure that was all Connie Yori's fault. So
debatable.
It's probably slightly too controversial and probably slightly too fresh right now. But if you ever want to, make good with it, I don't know. I don't hate it. Very successful women's basketball coach. 3994 says, no, Nebraska's never won a tourney game. Till that happens, then no naming the court. Just wait. I guarantee it will be Fred Hoiberg Court. Let's say Fred gets the first tourney win in program history, Strick. Is that enough for you to name the court after him?
No.
And do you do it while he's still here, or do you wait till you're
There's
retired?
got to be a consistency of winning, right? The one thing, like if you start breaking the barriers of back-to-back tournament, win one, you still go back to the tournament for 4 more years. You're at the top 4 consistently of the Big Ten. Not one year, not 1 year at 3, then you're down at 10.
Or 1 year at 3, and the next year missing the tournament.
Or missing
it,
right? Right? No, that won't do it for me. There's got to be a consistency within the program. And again, I'm gonna stick on this that I can't say that it's all his fault. I just think that Nebraska's got to be willing to
set a vision and invest.
What's that movie with Val Kilmer and
Top Gun,
Pacino, and Heat? You gotta go into the bank, baby. You gotta go into the bank smoking, ready to fire on everybody. You know what I'm saying? I need that smoke. You gotta get that money. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get that money. You gotta go to what's my favorite spot? Monaco, and go where?
Oh, I thought it was cigars.
No.
What?
Monaco.
Now you're confusing me.
No. Okay, it is cigar. But where do I want to be in Monaco?
Thailand.
No, Monaco. To the top of the
hill.
Where the big casino
money.
is.
Yeah.
That's where Nebraska's got to get there, man.
Turkey.
Get your mind off the lower casino, man. Go in there and where the $100,000 slots is at. Go play the game, baby. Don't go in there and stick a penny in the doggone slot. That's what Nebraska been doing. Putting the pennies in the slots, hoping to hit 1,000 pennies instead of $1,000.
Well, putting a penny in the slot is more than I did in Vegas this weekend.
You didn't even stick a penny in the slot?
I did not.
Austin.
Not once.
You had at least $3 of you could have at least put $1 on red.
I didn't do it.
Knowing Nebraska was hot.
I didn't do it.
You could have went on there and just dropped $3 on Go Big Red and won.
Not a dime, not a nickel, not a penny.
Wow. I would have did that.
I didn't do it.
I would have did at least that.
I needed someone else out there.
Need some motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stringy would have gave you some motivation.
And you're good at that.
Yeah.
You're good at that. One final segment for the week for On the Block in a sec.
Follow Austin Strick and On the Block on Twitter at Austin Orman, eStrick20, and On the Block 93.7. More of On the Block coming up.
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find, only at Total Wine and More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
When your home fills up with family, Allo Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Allo Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to The Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Amon Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a four-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats, including Amon Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Rashawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Email Jake at theticketfm.com for more questions or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Early bird registration goes through April 20th, and overall registration goes through May 30th.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find, only at Total Wine and More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
It's the middle child of driver safety. Ugh. It's like that scene in a movie you don't want to see, thinking, it won't happen to me. In the time of doing everything at once with 3 screens and taking meetings and eating in the car, it's not easy. But when driving takes the back seat, distracted driving causes more than 14% of fatal and injury crashes every year. For real. Let's start driving for real. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Now back to On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
Well, still no Jay Foreman. You got Strick and Austin, joined now by Elena from the Upside Bar and Lounge. Elena, welcome in. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
We're doing great. You brought us stuff to drink, which we always appreciate. But it's been a while since we've had you in. How are things at the bar? How's it going?
Really good. It's just been busier and busier, and we're kind of getting the summertime. It does slow down a little bit, but March Madness was a lot of fun. We did some Washers League, so Chinese or no Polish horseshoes, is what they call it, but no Chinese. I can't remember, but washers. We'll call it washers. Just the right term now. And so we've got another one starting soon. Just a lot of fun stuff. The UFC, karaoke, a lot of karaoke.
The weather's starting to get lovely, so you know, is it going to be good patio action on top of inside action, or what would you got?
I don't have a patio.
No,
but I'm working on it. I just got to get my landlord to approve what I drew up. I got it all ready to go. So I think
that would be good. A good addition. Yeah.
So otherwise, you know, it's nice in there. Just pretend you're outside.
Yeah. No, listen. It's an interesting vibe because you kind of have the front area, right? And isn't there kind of like a smaller area towards the back, or what you got?
Like outside or
inside?
Inside. Yeah, kind of like it's
like a narrow.
Where it widens a little bit, but also narrows because you got like the office back there, bigger place. So, yeah.
It's pretty
bigger
good.
than it looks.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. So don't feel it's just traditional, and you can go in there and you can kind of spread your wings a little bit, have some space, and enjoy nice sporting events in there. And good drinks. You brought something for us today, huh?
Yes, I'm always late with my menu. I'm not going to lie. I have good intentions, but it just takes longer to either like finalize the recipe, get everybody trained on it and everything like that. Yeah. So I finally have the spring menu out. I'm excited for it. I think it's a good one. It seems like it gets better and better every year. Every menu I do, I get a little bit more creative. And
how does the menu shift for you guys? Like, is it seasonal? Is it kind of monthly, or is it just kind of as events are coming along? Like, how do you make those adjustments?
So it's mostly seasonal, but like we had a March one for St. Patrick's Day. We had a Valentine's one for Valentine's Day.
Yeah. How did bartender go?
It was good. It was a lot of fun. I definitely want to do it again. I want to do some different age ranges and stuff like that. But it is also a lot of work to kind of put on, and we have so much going on lately. I'm planning on maybe some this summer. So when we need some stuff to fill in. So
nice.
Yeah, it was a good time. I think everybody there had a good time. We figured out a few things like some note paper so people can take notes, because all of a sudden somebody would walk away and then they'd be like, oh crap, I don't remember what they said or anything about them. So, or which one was their name. So yeah, we figured out some ways to make it a little bit better too.
Nice. Stay tuned for that. I assume just watch out on your Facebook page for that come forward.
Yeah, Facebook and Instagram. I'm getting better about posting on Instagram.
That smells good.
Nice.
All right. Well, Stricky's distracted with the drink. Picked up the strawberry one. So let's start with the one with the strawberries in it. What we got here?
So that is.
Wait, pause. Which one should we drink first so that it doesn't kill anything? Like based on your knowledge of it.
Yeah. That's a tough one because there's completely different.
Which one should we do first?
I would say the lighter one.
Okay.
That's the mule.
That's what we got.
Yep. The strawberry lemonade mule.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're speaking our language.
And I'm a strawberry
with fresh
guy.
Strawberries.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
It's over.
Upside. There's a lot of upside with that one. Very good.
Yeah, it's a nice refreshing.
And you guys, and the thing I love about you guys will sit around and really pull up different concoctions.
Oh yeah.
Like how do you? How do you determine which one's going to make it?
Well, so it's usually me and one or two bartenders or so, and then I have a couple friends of mine that have helped with a ton of stuff at the bar, and so their reward is they get to sample the drinks, and but they also
I might need to be there on that day.
Yes, they're really familiar with drinks too, so I know, and they have different palates, so I know I'll get their like a good opinion and like multiple opinions on different things because I'm not an old fashioned person, but they are, so I know that they're going to answer like, is it good or not? Like I'm just like, like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an old fashioned.
Right. Stricky, what do you like about the mule? For me, it's crisp, it's fresh. You get the lemon, you get the fresh strawberry. It just pops.
One of the things we say here when our Uncle Kevy comes in here from Myers Cork and Bottle, we say it's a patio pounder. I've never really found a Moscow mule of any kind to be a patio pounder, but this would be one.
Okay.
Like I really would be able to just come in. Like I normally will sip a different type of mule, but this one I can come in and just be like, and then by about 3 down the road, trouble.
Yep.
Close your mouth. That's how it is. How good it is.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. Stricky, take a sip of that old fashioned while we're. That's not the old fashioned. That's a mule, my friend. The old fashioned. Sip the old fashioned. 10 seconds for station ID.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, Stricky, what you thinking?
Peach cobbler.
Yep.
It's got a nice little cinnamon.
Cinnamon what?
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon what?
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
It goes in the dictionary.
You're Nemo from Finding Nemo. Anemone. Is it cinnamon?
Cinnamon. It's cinnamon.
It's got a little bit of black walnut bitters in it, and it's actually a moonshine. The peach is a moonshine from. It's made in Nebraska.
Ooh.
I should probably remember exactly, but I love having local stuff. And even just anything in the Midwest. I got a bunch of stuff on there that was, it's made in Iowa. And I just like having stuff like that.
Man, that's good. Even the old fashioned's good.
Yeah.
It doesn't have obviously you would have put something else in it.
Yeah, there's whiskey. Yeah. Or there's, it's bullet rye.
Okay.
Yeah. So that kind of has a little spice to it too.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Okay. Very good.
It's
I think
spicy,
great.
but it's smooth at the same time.
Yep. I want to do something completely different than each other. So
yeah, I'm glad that you said go with the light first because this would have wouldn't allow me to get to the lightness and the crispness of that one.
Yeah.
Love it. So Elena, you mentioned summer's coming up. What are some things the bar has maybe in store for people throughout the summer?
Well, we'll always have the UFC fights. So I know there's at least one or two every month. Plus we have the fights on like the other Saturdays that aren't the pay-per-view ones.
Nice. College World Series?
Oh yeah, we'll have that on. Yep. We usually do some fun things like that. Do
you guys play games too inside?
We've got darts. I actually just went on Amazon and I bought a whole new set of like board games. We have this shocking game where you oh, this is a kick. I mean, people have been playing this left and right. I had to replace the batteries and I just got it a couple weeks ago. But like 4 people sit around and it's like, and whoever is the last person to do it, or like if you go like this and you try to get them to like jump and hit it early, they get shocked, and you can turn that thing up pretty dang high.
Oh wow!
And you get people drinking and having a good time. It's and then I got a shocking Jenga too. People think I'm trying to torture people.
That's a new one. So it can shock you, so it can mess up the thing.
Yep. And you keep going though, and you don't know when it's gonna happen. It's pretty fun,
bro. Yeah.
We just got done talking about the movie Saw.
A little sadistic, yep.
A little bit, no.
No, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Well, Elena, thanks a ton for coming in. Thank you for the drinks, not especially, but as always, I mean, nailed it, knocked it out of the park. Keep this one through the summer.
Awesome.
It's going to be a bestseller.
You're always welcome on the block, Elena, especially when you show up with goodies.
Ain't that the truth? Well, we're going to get out of here and get things turned over to Old School. Another hour or so for the week coming up in just a moment.
Have a good weekend.
For Jay, for Elena, it's Austin. We'll talk to you Monday, 3 o'clock on the block.